Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time zone where you are watching me from. This is Caleb Data. Today we're looking at another Excel function, which is the test functions. So quickly, let's look at the data that is provided for us that we are going to work on. So this is the data. In this case now, we did some little things to them. We're going to be looking at trim. We're going to look at text to date. We're going to look at left, mid, right, concatenate, concat, and text join, trim, find, search, learn, left with find. Okay, we'll look at all this. Today is going to be a little bit long video, maybe 30 minutes or so. So let's dive into it. So first we'll look at trim. We'll come back to this email. We'll look at trim. Trim is to get rid of. If you observe this first name and the last name, you see that there's a space. That's the reason why it's showing us this thing. If I click on that, you see that's going to give us an error button, which is showing that there are empty strings, which that means there are empty space in the content. This may cause calculation error. So that's what it's saying. So now, how do we work on this? That's what the trim will do. So now let's look at that. That becomes equals to trim. Click on trim. He's asking for the test, and this is the test. That means down to Anthony. Click enter, and that's it. You see, without the space and all that. Then let's do that for the other end. Let's see if this works. See, so that has worked for the other side. We drag them, and which means that the same function is working now. So in this case now, the promise is done, is trimmed, and the calculator is trimmed. If you look at the function, you see that it's showing the function for trim or that because we drag them. Now text to date. Now this is the reason why text to date is important. Text to date is just to convert this because like now if you click on this, you see that it's in date. We want to convert it to text function. Reason why is because if you are doing something like let us say we want to pick out the years here, which means that we want only these first 4 values here to be shown. Just these first 4 values to be shown. If we want to do that, that is where we are using this left and right and mid. So but this is on the right, so that is right. Let's do that for this right now. You see, equals to right. We'll come back to it again, but I just want to show you something. So to right, let's click on just this first one, comma, and then number of character. That is the last 4 character, 4. You click enter, you see what it's showing you. It's not showing you 2022. Reason being is because this is showing in the text function. It's showing you what it is in text form. Like this now, this is in date and time. If you convert it to, let's say, general or any other thing, you see, this is what it gives us, which means that it's the last 4, which is 2253. I actually doing. So the only way we can be able to do that, so it can give us the right thing, is if we convert this to in short date. That was if you convert it to text. But if you convert it to text here, which is small numbers, you see it's still going to give us an error. From date, if you convert it to text, which is your text, you see it's going to still give us that 44253. That is the purpose why we need this date to text function. Short date. Date to text function helps you convert it to what it's supposed to be, which is equals to, but it's not text to text you're going to write, it's just to write text. And then once you click on this, it shows you what's the value, and then format text. This is the value you want to format. Okay, let's pick one of itself, and then put comma. And then what do you want to format the text to? You want to format it to date first, right? Then the month, then the year. If you want to do it anyway, once you do this, it will pick the month, it will pick the date first. Even if the date is this 6 here, it will go to the first, and this month which is here will come back. It will arrange it the way it's supposed to be. So like in this case now, you might be thinking this first value is the date, but this first value is the month. But this will convert that to where it originally should be. I prefer to put my format text in this so as not to make any error. If not, it can start giving you errors and writing values and some other things there that you don't like. So you see, as I was saying, this is the date, but here it's showing you the first value is month, date. But in this format now, the format I asked for it. If I ask it that I need it to be month, date, and year, it's going to come out that way. Month, let's say month, day, day, and it's going to come out that way. See, it's coming out as month, date, and year. So whichever way you want it, but let me push it back to the original way it was. Can you just click on the project? Let me just do that. Let me get rid of this one. Then come back here, and then put this notch. Click enter. So now it's a date, month, and year. You can just drag them to the side and drag them down, and then to the side. So that's it. So this is it. Now the left. Now you cannot do them. You can work now. You see that everything works out. This that happened before. You can just go back to it again. Click enter. See, it's still showing you for that. So let us use this value now. Instead of h, this should be m. Because this is column m. You click enter. Oh, what did I do? Column m2. You click enter. You see, that's given us 2025. So you can also do the same thing we did just now. Drag them to both sides. This will be the last dragging I will do. The rest of them I will just put the formula complete, so it will enter on its own. So the left there, I want to pick out. Yes, I want to pick out just the. I want to pick out just the date. Now, if you just put equals to left, so that's the left side. Click enter. Then the test. This is the test you want to do. In this case, now I will drag them down because I don't want to stress myself. And then, comma, the number of tests, that is the first two I want to pick, and then click enter, and see the date appeared. Then for the left, for the other side, you can just let me just pick everything here and then shoot it to the other side so it appears the same way. So the date appeared there. Then for the mid now, is equals to int. Mid now is a bit dicey, equals to the test. This is the test you want. To pick the test, comma. Then now starting number. It's not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third. It's the fourth number you are starting with, so you put 4. Comma. The number of characters we need is 2 characters. And that's all. And just come up. So now we can now put them to the other side. That you do. Remind me. Okay, so that's pretty much. Then now let's go to concatenate. Let's go to concatenate. So for concatenate, I will. Yeah, sorry to digress. I remember that in my previous videos. Okay, let's look at this. Concatenate. So concatenate is to join, like you are joining this value and this value together. let's just say we want to put them, we want this name and surname to appear. You can, that's when we use the word concatenate. Because to concatenate, this first one. Then the test is this test. Then you put a comma. You put a comma. We're not putting the next test. We want to put a space in between. So the space is going to now be this. You put the space, then this. You put a comma. Then you put the other test you want to use, which is all these ones here. And then you click and enter. You see, that's come up this way. Then for concat, it's almost the same thing, but the only issue is that if you do concat the same way by dragging everything and dragging everything, instead of it to come out this way, it's going to come out in rows. It's going to appear in rows. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's say equals to concat. This is the first value here. You can just click enter. The test, the same thing, comma. You give them, you create a space, you put a comma, then the last one, which is this, and click enter. See, all the values are appearing in this other way. You see that everything is coming out this way, with the first value appearing first and the second value appearing after it. But if you don't want it this way, that is when you get rid of this hash here and get rid of this hash here. So you can just have the first value, enter, then you use the normal method we'll be using, which is just to drag them down, and everything appears beautifully. Then for hand, I think hand is a little, so I think it's a little bit easier to use. Maybe just to say equals to, you click on this value, you put and you can put the space now if you want to create a space. Then you put and you put on you click the last value. You click enter. That's it. If you not put that space, it will not appear that space. So that space I'm putting here, let me get rid of the space in this particular one now. Let me get rid of this space on this, and so you see what happens when that happens. K2. See? Then click enter. It will come out, but it will now, the space will not be there. So this I do is to create a space. Click enter. So the same thing, you do it and then you take it out down. Then TEXTJOIN. I think TEXTJOIN is the one I love to do most of the time. TEXTJOIN. TEXTJOIN, in this one, you are putting the value, which the value we're talking about now means the space. If you want it to have a space, if you are not doing that, you just go straight to the formatted text, which is, you can just go straight to this space. Let's just do I put test instead of TEXTJOIN. Sorry, no, that's not coming out the way I wanted it. TEXTJOIN. The hand delimiter. I was surprised what was wrong. Okay, delimiter is the first thing. If you want to put the delimiter, once you put the delimiter, you forget about this ignore empty. Understand? So delimiter is the space we are looking for, which is this, and then the space this. And once I've done the delimiter, you put a comma. Then you can we ignore empty blank. You want to ignore it, or you don't want to you want to include an empty blank. Let us say let us put include anyone you wish, depending on what you want. Okay, then you go to the first test, which is this, then you put a comma, then you go to the last test, which is this. You click it, click enter, and that's it with the space there. So if you don't want the space, you get rid of this first part. And you click enter. It shows you value. That's because you get rid of this. You're supposed to put you need to create a delimiter. You can just put the delimiter without a space, which is this, just like that, and then put a comma and press enter. And see, no space, so there's no space. But if you want the space, you go back to that window and then create a space and press enter. So that is it. Then you drag down. Then this one of these function of this thing is like for your email address. Now you want to create an email address, you can use any of them for email address. Okay, I'll use TEXTJOIN. I told you I love TEXTJOIN, so I'm going to use TEXTJOIN for this, or hand, whichever you like. But I think depending on the situation, like if it's a situation where I don't want to put a space, I know that I think I just love hand. But like for email address, I'm not putting any space, so I think hand will just work out. Will just work fine for me, because just want to click in hand and then put the next one, click hand, and then put all the other words, which is heart. Let's say gmail.com. Put that in. And that's all. Just click enter and just appear like that, and then you can drag that down, and the email address is formed. It's beautiful. So let's proceed further. Let's look at. Oh, I did trim again here. Why did I put this trim again here? Let me get rid of this value here. Just double click, insert this thing, remove. Let's remove this one. Let's hide it, or let's delete it. Let's delete it. So find now. Find and search, they pretty much do the same thing. It's just the difference is okay. Let me do length first, so you understand what the find and search button is all about, or rather, I say button function is all about. So insert left. Let me take this value down to the other side and put it here. Let me cut and paste. Okay. Cut and paste. Okay. So this length, I want to do length first. So length is just about the length of the value. Let's just say length. Let's just pick all these values here. Let's pick all these values here. So now I want to use the email address. I have my reasons. The reasons for my using the email address will come to us soon. Length. Enter. Let me use the email address. Okay. So you've seen the length, see how long the numbers is. Now for find, let's say we want to find hash in each of them. We want to find where the hash is. You want to know what number is this hash is, because just like the length now, like for example, let me use it for a short one that will be easy for me to know. Like for this gym now, you see that the hash is number 7. So you want to just pick where the hash is in each of them, you can use the find. The only difference between find and search is that find is case sensitive, while search is not case sensitive. So that's the difference. So like hash, like for that one, if it's a capital letter, or if it's a sensitive, if it's a uppercase, you have to put it as an uppercase while you're doing that. But for the search, you don't need to bother yourself. It will still come out the way you want it. So let's just use find for this, because it's hash you are looking for. Find. Once you click on it, tell you find test. Then where is the test we're looking at? That is the test. This is the test. So let's take them all down. Then you click comma. Then the next one is now asking us for what? Within test, the hash we're looking for. The beautiful hash we're looking for. The hash we're looking for. Start number, that does not care. Let's click enter. See, Show me this for a reason. Show me that for a reason. Because, oh, I made an error. Find test is the test we are looking for. I'm putting I made a mistake. The find test, this is the field test we are looking for. This is this. Put that in. And then, come on. Then within which test? Within the test. Within which test are we looking for that? Within this test. Then scroll down. Click enter. That's it. So you see that for that gym is 7. But it's after this, so you can check them, the rest of them. Let us say for a little one that's also not that big. This Smith 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the hash is number 11. So the same thing for search. You don't need to stress ourselves. So let's look at find. Left with find. Let us say we want to just pick the values in it. You want to just pick out all these numbers. Let's say you are giving me address. I want to pick out the numbers. So you're giving him an address. You want to pick out just the numbers out of each of them. You can use the find with. You can use that particular one, which is what left with find, because it's the left side. So you can click that equals to left. Once you click the left, the test now. Normally you are using left, it will show you the test, then show you the number of characters you want. So the same thing, this is it, comma. So the number of characters now, so you will now put the find. We are looking for, you are going to find that now. Find the test, which is the hash. Comma within which test? Within that same test here. Within this test. Click enter. Now you observe something, they are all coming out with the hash, because you know that the hash is also part. So to make them not to come out with the hash, let's go to the first value. To make this not to come out with the hash, you add something to it, which is a -1. You put a -1 here, and then you click enter. You see all of them appears now. That's beautiful. Beautiful. This is how it is. Okay. So we have come to the end of the video today. Do please subscribe, like, drop comments if you have questions, if you have anything you wish I should do better on. Maybe that will make you understand better, because I'm doing the video for you. This video is for you, so you can learn better. So drop your comments, like and subscribe, drop questions, observation, even critics. I think we learn from both sides. So that's it. So good day. Do have a blessed and peaceful day ahead.